Cat. Let me know when we live. Well. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Coffee Conversation. Yes, we're live at 2 p.m. every Tuesday. We're going to be here sharing some great information. Let me introduce myself to everyone out there. My name is Craig. I'm one of your certified hair recovery specialists, that is. And I got with me on my left none other than.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Michael. I'm a grateful recovery coach here at Capital Recovery Center, and I always try to have a smile on my face, even in spite of any type of adversity. So, how are everybody doing out there? We got a lot going on. This is going to be a beautiful episode.
Yes, it is.
It's going to be a beautiful one.
And so before we begin, we got to do some house business.
Let's definitely do that.
And we're going to get that out the way. And then we're going to get right into our segment of today. And so first and foremost, we at 5 o'clock, we have our Men in Training MIT mentoring session. That's going to be today at 5 p.m. Then after that, we have Grateful Tuesday, which is at 7 p.m. today. Please check that out. And so every third week of each month, we have our family meeting. We like to invite people, whether they are struggling with substance use disorder or they have a relative or they know someone who they've been trying or supporting in their recovery process. And so we like them to come in and share, sit down and discuss how they have been affected or how they have progressed successfully with the substance use disorder.
So if you know someone, or even if you yourself would like to be one of the first people who will participate in that event, just leave us a comment in the comment section or inbox one of us or inbox us on Capital Recovery Center, and then we can get back with you with the details about that particular meeting.
And so on Thursday of this week, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., we have our robust.
Road stand for
Recovery on Wheels.
Recovery
on Wheels. And we're going to be located at 700 East Landis Avenue in Vineland, New Jersey. Please come out, get some services. I believe this is the week for the haircut, Mike.
Yes, Thursday, the 30th at Spirit of Truth.
It ain't promised that the haircut man gonna be there, but please come out.
Yeah.
You might have the showers, food,
clothes and food.
Clothing and
just come on out and it's a great event that they have normally in the months when the weather is warm. It's really a good event. A lot of individuals actually participate in or agree to go away to treatment as well. Yeah. So if you want to come out there, please come out there Thursday.
And also on Thursday, don't forget to tune in for our other hybrid all recovery meeting, which starts at 1 p.m. Come check us out for that as well.
All recovery meeting. We will be there this week.
Right. And so it already took place, so I'm not going to get into that. All right. And so
we did these, right?
Yeah, that's next month.
Next month. We go for that.
Next month, bro. So we got all the house cleaning business out the way.
We got it all in. Hey, it's always important to let y'all know to participate. If you would like to participate in this particular group, you can always come here. It's just not virtual. You can come in and be part of this meeting. And just because you see us on the screen, if you're not open to being on the screen, you do not have to be on the screen. You can actually be off the camera. We can control the camera and keep the camera on us or whatever. But that's up to your discretion. But we want you to know that all the meetings that we have, we are here for you to help you in your recovery process. We're not trying to take the place of your counselors, your sponsors, your spiritual advisors. We just want to assist you in your process. That's all.
And these groups, these hybrid groups are, I would like to say, they are accredited towards anyone that needs the paperwork checked off.
Yeah, we will sign papers, and if you need your papers signed, like when you attend meetings and everything,
NA, AA,
yeah,
and all that good stuff.
we'll be able to sign your papers. Be certified.
Certified. All right, Mike. So what we talking about today, man?
So today we're going to talk about recovery capital, which is one of the biggest things that we have here at Capital Recovery Center, and it has been in my spirit lately to try to stay in this lane a little bit more, or not to stay in the lane, but to expound on it. And a lot of times people have different ideas or may not be aware of what recovery capital is. We're not going to go into all of it, but we're just going to give you like a blueprint of what recovery capital is. And this particular handout came from Faces and Voices of Recovery.org website. Great place, great thing. You can go there. Faces and Voices of Recovery.org. They got plenty of content that you can use for your own personal edification, or you can use it like we're doing right now.
Yep.
All right. So with that being said, let's see. Recovery capital.
Mm-hmm.
Its role in sustaining recovery. Recovery capital is a phrase that's gaining in popularity as we broaden our understanding of the recovery process. However, it can feel a little academic. What does it mean in real terms? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to just go over a little bit, a few things to try to give you a better explanation of what recovery capital truly is. All right. So let's go. Let me put it on the screen so you can have it. All right. There you go. It says, what is recovery capital? According to author and researchers William White, we was just talking about this guy over there. The concept of recovery capital was introduced by Richard Granfield and William Cloud. William Cloud, great book, shameless plug. He wrote a book, Never Go Back. It is a great book, Never Go Back. In a series of articles in their book, Coming Clean, Overcoming Addiction Without Treatment. Grindfield and Cloud define recovery as the volume of internal and external access to initiate and sustain recovery from severe alcohol and other drugs. White states recovery capital is conceptually linked to natural recovery, solution-focused therapy, strength-based case management, recovery management, resilience, and protective factors, and the ideas of hardiness, wellness, and global health. So he says the concept is linked together. So when you linking something together, he's not excluding one. Mm-hmm. You notice he's not saying if a person have a different strategy, he's saying, yo, I'm not saying your strategy wrong. I'm just saying that your strategy can link to this strategy. Mm-hmm. And that's why that's a great way to put it, because a lot of times when you try to think about recovery capital, people think about excluding some things instead of just building upon or linking to other things.
That's something like our all recovery meeting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We like to
multiple streamway.
Yeah, we like to stress and expound upon the importance of
multiple. Yeah. You can have different things that you can connect. And I like he used the word link, like link together, like a chain link, they connected. Mm-hmm. This is an added fundamentally to the concept, functionally to this concept. However, the resources or capital a person needs depends heavily on the severity of a person's substance use disorder and the resources they already have available. You see that? He's saying, yo, they already got something. So let's link something else to what they already had. So it's very important. They are more likely to benefit from professional treatment and post-treatment support services. However, a person with moderate or severe substance use disorder and high recovery capital may require fewer resources to find and maintain recovery. So a person with moderate or severe substance use disorder and high recovery capital may require fewer resources. The more recovery capital you have, the less resources you actually will need as you start to go farther and farther in your recovery process. For instance, some of the things that I needed in my early recovery stages, they are still linked to me, but I don't rely on them as much as I did earlier in my recovery.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
I don't. They was more of a crutch. Now, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, recovery capital is the total resources that a person has available to find, and my favorite word, maintain their recovery. I tell people all the time, especially my friends who are currently still using, I don't know more than you. I just apply what I know. And at this stage of your life right now, you're not applying what you know. If we apply right now, and if you watch this video now or you tune in later, right now you have enough knowledge about substance use disorder in your brain to be able to maintain a life away from it. Right now, if you didn't learn another thing about your substance use disorder, you have enough information about it to maintain your recovery.
And we talk about a lot about celebrating the small victories.
Small victories.
A lot of times people want to, wait till they get the big, grandiose.
Yeah.
I use that word grandiose.
That's our college education here. But anyway,
trying to sound like, like I know something. But a lot of times, it could be a small thing. Right. They wait till, okay, let me get a year in. No, you don't need a year. If you went 10 years using and you got 30 days of not using, that's a victory.
Yeah, I think we look for this big. For instance, I thought too. I would know people who have 5 and 10 years clean, right? Mm-hmm. And I used to always say to myself, even if I didn't verbalize it to people or verbalize it to them, yo, I want that. But I was totally missing one day. I was like, I thought I was gonna go ahead and get 5 years. I'm like, man, I really want that 5 and 10 years that they're talking about. But I wasn't thinking about the mind or celebrating the small victories. I had one day, but I was like, and then I realized those days is how they got to those years.
Absolutely.
So you gotta be able to maintain.
You
gotta be able to maintain. All right.
Let's talk about what are the different types of recovery capital. White define 3 types of recovery capital. One is personal recovery capital. This includes an individual physical and human capital. Physical capital is the available resources to fulfill a person's basic needs, like their health care, financial resources, clothing, food, safe and habitable shelter, and transportation. They got something what they call Abraham Maslow hierarchy of needs. And these are some of the personal recovery capital that this article is mentioning. Human capital relates to a person's ability, skills, and knowledge like problem solving, education, credentials, self-esteem, the ability to navigate challenging situations and achieve goals, interpersonal skills, and a sense of meaning and purpose in life. And I like how he defined human capital relates to a person's ability. A lot of people don't focus on their innate ability, problem solving, having certain skills and knowledge, and having an education credential, to help navigate through a lot of problems.
And those personal abilities is actually an asset to them.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we think, or sometimes I can only use me. A lot of times I didn't think or to cherish the abilities that I had. Like I have a great gift to, if I pick up quick. If you show it to me, I get it. If I watch it on video, if I read it in a book, sooner or later I'll get it. The more that I start paying attention to, but I used to neglect that type of ability. That was a human capital that I had, And now the same thing that I had recognized now, I use to maintain my recovery now, the human ability side of it.
Interpersonal skills.
Personal.
All right. The second one, he talks about family and social recovery capital. It's very important.
Very
And that's why we have on every third Saturday from what time we start on Saturday?
12 to, well, we start from 11 to 2, but the meetings start from 12 to 1.
12 to 1. And it talks about family meeting. And this article talks about family and social recovery capital.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what they talk about. It says, these resources relate to intimate relationships with friends and family, relationships with people in recovery, and supportive partners. It also includes the availability of recovery related to social events.
Like our open houses. But the family and social recovery capital, you want to build, because I talk to a lot of different individuals, clients, participants, recoveries, whatever title you want to use at that time. And I always find out what kind of social support network they have. And they be like, I got real good family support. That's good. That's not. Remember, we talking about linking too. So I said, you got family support. That's perfect. I got that too. But you want to get some recovery supports that you can link with that, because a lot of times everybody's family don't actually have an understanding of what you might be going through with your substance use. Mm-hmm. To them, my wife used to say it all the time. I can't understand how you get clean and go back. Like, what's going on? you said you feel better. You didn't use this week. So why you go back? So she had to be educated on. It wasn't that I was just going back. She had to be educated on cravings, desires, and you know what I mean. So your family and social recovery capital is very important. That's one of the things a lot of people because you're not going to be able to do it on your own. Mm-hmm. You're just not. And if you ever find yourself thinking you got it all together, trust me, get out of there.
Yeah, because we are sociable people by nature. So we need one another to bounce back or bounce ideas and relationships and moves and everything that we may be struggling or maybe have a difficulty with in life. Sometimes we need a shoulder or someone, a reasonable person to, bounce out how we're feeling. Because sometimes we may wake up or we might be experiencing some things, and if we hold it inside, try to solve it on our own, we may bring out the wrong results. And so it's always good to have a second opinion.
All the time.
All the time. Yeah. You
want to have somebody and to tell you when you're wrong too.
Absolutely, because we may still be in a distorted thought pattern. Because a lot of people in recovery or those who have substance use disorder issues, we oftentimes, especially when we're actively using, we have a lot of manipulative, conning, baffling, distorted thoughts. And that's why our behavior is so thrown off. And that's why I say have somebody to talk to who is reasonable and rational, who have more coping skills than we may have, who may not be suffering or never suffered from the substance use disorders. We on number 3, Mike.
Community and recovery capital, your community. This includes attitudes, policies, and resources specifically related to helping individuals resolve substance use disorder. Community resources are vast. According to White, they can include recovery activism and advocacy aimed at reducing stigma. Well, knock down on barriers.
That's a big one. Stigma is so important.
Yeah, you
to get rid of it. Yeah.
A full range of addiction treatment resources. Mm-hmm. Peer-led support such as mutual aid meetings that seek to meet the diverse needs of the community.
We here, right here.
Capital Recovery Center, man. Peer-led community. Mm-hmm. Recovery community organizations. Recovery support institutions, educational-based recovery support such as recovery high schools and colleges. Ooh. Visible and diverse local recovery role models. Mm-hmm. All right. Resources to sustain recovery and early intervention programs like employee assistance program and drug courts. So you need these resources to sustain recovery. Remember, I'm telling you, we talk about linking. When you link it, you think about a chain. This is talking about the community recovery capital. When you got the community a part of, like, when I'm out generally in the public, right, in the community, I'm from Atlantic County, born and raised in Atlantic City, but I lived in Cumberland County since 2006, right? When somebody in the community see me, right, they associate me with something, right? It would be either my church where I go or what I do in the field of substance use, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because the community has become a part of my process. So you got community capital. When somebody might see you in the wrong place, hey, what you throwing over there? It's not bad. It's actually, that's your community actually protecting you or have become a part of you and your recovery process. And that's tough because a lot of times people don't think, or sometimes you might process it as people being nosy instead of that being your community capital. That's it.
That was great, Mike. Because when you were describing how your community see you, I was just thinking about the first bullet they was talking about: recovery activism and advocacy aimed at reducing stigma. You yourself has reduced the stigma
that somebody had
of someone's perception of you before. Now when they see you, preacher, advocacy in the field of assisting clients and participants.
There's all different ways that the community sees you.
Absolutely.
And that's something you want to cherish, because I always believed that I wanted to be the change that I want to see. I want to see this change. I want to be this change. So try to be the change that you want to see. And it's a challenging task, but the benefit of it is you. One of my mentors that I never met, Miles Monroe, he said, the things that you do that benefit you are awesome. You know what I mean? So if you're doing something like working out, that benefits your body. So that's something that's benefiting you. All right, what we got here?
Number 4, cultural capital. These resources resonate with individual cultural and faith-based beliefs, such as resources for Native American and people of the following faith: Christian, Islamic, and Jewish. Notice they talked about inclusion, not excluding people. That's why the article mentioned about linking people, regardless of our diversity in life. We all play a part in helping each other in this process. All right, I say, what are the benefits of recovery capital?
All
now,
right.
I'm going to talk about the benefits. We get down to the meat and potatoes.
Katie,
all right,
put the bib on. That's on your shirt, man. Nice shirt, brother.
A1 sauce out. All right, say, put simply, recovery capital can help sustain recovery and reduce the risk of returning to use by increasing a person's support system. Recovery capital can determine the success of natural and assisted recovery, improve coping strategies, and enhance the quality of life and long-term recovery. We talk about the benefits of recovery capital. And in addiction careers, we must be mindful of increasing resources to marginalized communities when addressing recovery capital. That's so important. We must be mindful of increasing resources to marginalize the communities, which addresses recovery capital.
And also it says the recovery capital can determine the success of natural and assisted recovery, improving coping strategies. Because a lot of times we are faced with in recovery, when we're faced with difficult situations, we have the coping skills, we just don't know how to apply them. So you got to learn how to use the coping strategies, or learn how to use these coping strategies and when to execute them. You know what I mean? A lot of times we just got to figure out, I know what to do, but we just need to learn how to execute when it's time to actually use it. Because realistically, you're going to get an opportunity to use at one point in time in your recovery walk. Because something going to come challenge you, something that's going to push you, something that's going to move you the wrong way. And you need to understand that. How do you measure your recovery capital? Good question. Good question.
Good. Excellent question.
Mr. White helpfully designed a scale that can be used to assess a person's recovery capital, identifying areas to improve and help formulate a recovery capital plan with an actionable step. This scale can be assessed here. That's remember the group that I said I want to do with capital.
Yeah.
That's why I got all the scales and stuff in there. But how do you measure it? You find out what a person has, what he needs to link to, you know, and you find out on that scale, okay, this person, well, we do a recovery management plan. RMP. Recovery management plan.
You on point.
Yeah, you find out what's their highest need. That's what we want to try to get a lot of our recoveries and participants to. Let's do a recovery management plan. You know, I was just speaking to a gentleman who wanted some help with some things, and he was willing to go get help with this particular thing. But he also was honest enough to say, listen, if this don't work, can I raise it up? And I said, man, that's awesome, because he's able to identify what's important. And he also was able to identify, hold on, I might need to go.
So let's talk about a little bit more about what you're talking about.
All right.
First, you assisting them with IOP, maybe the
outpatient.
Right. Yeah. Intensive outpatient.
Yeah.
And what do you say, Mike?
And if this doesn't work, I need to go to inpatient.
Inpatient,
residential treatment. But I didn't. Although I can see from basically talking to him and seeing that he will need that level of care, but where the person is, I couldn't do anything about that. But in order for him to measure his recovery capital, so to speak, he realized that I might need a higher level of treatment to be able to make it. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when it's talking about the recovery, formulate a recovery capital plan, he formulated the plan all by himself. He said, man, I don't need no coach for this one. You can assist me, but I'm telling you the plan is I'm gonna try this outpatient, but if it's not working, I need you to reach out to a program to get me inpatient. So this man formulated his own recovery capital plan.
Just by conversating with you on the phone.
Just talk to him. And all I needed to do was make the linkage. Remember? Link him to this place, link him to that place. He has already decided what he wanted to do. All right. What else we got?
So that'll do it for this edition of
Recovery Capital.
Recovery Capital and Coffee and Conversation. Also, tell a friend. You can like, subscribe,
share, comment.
Let us know what we can do better, how we can better assist you. If there's any topics that you would like to discuss, please contact us here at the office.
Yeah.
And telephone number is 856-391-7449. Or you can hit us up on the hotline, 1-800-236-2448. We are available to assist you 24/7.
And we're here till 9 o'clock tonight. So if you want to stop into Capital Recovery Center, please feel free. We have 2 more groups going on tonight. And also you can just come visit the facility and see how things are ran around here. Okay?
Yeah. It's, honest, truth be told, this environment, it's different from other environments, whereas you may feel a lot of tension. But
welcome
here,
home. Welcome home.
Welcome home. Like you say, welcome home.
Come on, man.
Listen, honestly, we like it for you to see it for yourself.
Yeah.
And so that's why we welcome you to come in. Our doors is always open. Not only the front door, but our office doors. You can come in, and we are people from the grassroots. So we know what it's like with some of the struggle. We empathize with.
Yes.
And so until we'll be back on at 5.
5 o'clock. We see you soon.
That's right.
All right, guys.